The world recently celebrated Safer Internet Day under the theme Together for Better Internet. In studio, Dean McCoubry joins me to discuss the impact of the internet and social media on mental health.
I teach in a number of different schools, especially some in Johannesburg, and I am seeing firsthand with the way in which children are interacting online, the way it's affecting their mental health. So we're seeing some kids with anxiety, some with depression. We see some battling around body. We see some battling with obsession, attention, sleep issues. And of course, I'm very conscious of saying that it's not always all about social media and smart devices. But when we teach, I taught 4,000 kids last year, when we teach them, they are very open about saying that they find some aspects of life online very overwhelming. So comparing themselves to other people of their age group, parties, clothes, personality, schoolwork, whatever it may be. And so just that fact that we are always on, that we are always checking feeds and we're always looking at devices, or we're speaking to people via platforms and instant messaging kind of channels. That means that we are checking ourselves between where am I now by comparison to this individual or by comparison to this situation. And unless you've got your wits about you, you might think that you're not good enough. And that's one of the first starting points of what happens with life online.
But Dean, you can't fight progress. I mean, technology is here to stay without a doubt. So how do you then use that very same issue, that very same problem, to create a solution, especially for those who are affected?
So really important to say, I'm totally pro-tech. I believe that technology and social media platforms have had the power to extend our lives, to make us communicate, to overthrow governments, whatever it may be. It's totally amazing. But at the same time, we have to channel it. We have to empower people to understand what it really is in order to then use it more wisely, use it for good. At the core of what we do, we have a program which we have mapped against a world body, the World Economic Forum. And at the same time, we also use neuroscientists and psychologists to be able to help shape it and make sure that it's relevant for South Africa. And we also get feedback from the students themselves, of course, when they put their hands up and so on. So we take that content in the form of 8 60-minute lessons, and we teach it to grade 4 and 5. And then we close that presentation and we do it again to grade 6 and 7. And then to grade 8 and 9, and then to grade 10 and 11. Because if you pack all these kids of different ages, a grade 7 looks at a grade 4 and says, dude, why am I in the same room as this guy? This is a kid. And so what we need to do is really tailor the messages to each group. And we talk to them about digital identity. Who are we going to be online? Privacy. How have you locked up your device? Cybersecurity. Are you getting random clickbait that's making you do weird things and now you're getting spammed all the time? Or being asked for your credit card details? Sexuality. Do you understand that all the imagery that you get presented often has a bit of a skin or a facelift on it to make you feel like you need to be better, for example? We need to engage them. We need to quiz them. We need to show them stuff that inspires them, not just scare the hell out of them. And then once they've got that content in their mind, hopefully a red flag will surface from time to time when they experience these risks and challenges or dangers, and allows them to say, nah, or I'm feeling really overwhelmed. This is making me feeling anxious. I can recognize that sign. I'm going to go have a cup of tea with my mother, or I'm going to go and call a friend and say I don't feel so good. We need to realize that they have this power. As soon as they have awareness, they have power. Awareness even dissolves some of the repetitive behaviors that you have. As soon as you actually identify that, yeah, I am a bit obsessive, or gosh, my overuse is affecting my sleep, or I'm looking at my body in a certain way and feeling that I'm not good enough and I need to be better or I need to be perfect. And as soon as you truly take that on board, you can start to make the changes. But it only comes when somebody unpacks it slowly and carefully and says, Leroy, listen, if I show you this, what would it make you think? And next time it comes up, I want you to think of me. And then, or this lesson that I taught you. And you'll go, oh yeah, okay. Because you will. When I plant that seed, you will think about it, and it gives you a micro moment about what decision you're going to make next. And we say to the kids, even, you're probably still going to make bad decisions, but you also get to make those decisions again. And so it's guiding them, like, you're not perfect. There is a reality to life online that is a bit tricksy, but you get to make those decisions over and over again. And iteratively, if you change the direction of your decisions, you're going to get better outcomes in the end.
Is teaching digital skills the only way to go, or does more need to be done?
A lot more needs to be done. Digital skills, I would say, is at its base. It's like an obvious. It's not universal. It's not around, actually. There's very few digital citizenship trainers or digital life skills trainers. So at the base, to me, it's like an absolute obvious. If you're training people in maths or social science or whatever it may be, you should also be training them about life online, because the amount of time that they spend online and the amount of kind of pitfalls you can fall into are naturally there. But what really needs to happen, and there are some great advocates in this country, lawyers and so on, who are trying really hard to get government to bring on better policies, better laws. We need the regulators to be able to make sure that our local platforms, so the local rendition of the global platforms, are bringing through some of those privacy expectations that they're doing in other countries.